What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. If you have not subscribed yet, please do go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button because I really appreciate it that you are here. And let's get into this conversation. I've had discussions before about PPP, Paycheck Protection Program, and the fraud that's been surrounding that situation. So many stories. I haven't even been able to keep up on as many of them as I intended on doing and anticipated. It's just been so much. It's been so much. But I wanted to talk about this story really quick. This story actually comes out of Chicago, in Joliet to be more specific. And 25 people have been indicted for PPP loan fraud, and I'm just going to play this clip and get back into this conversation.
Federal authorities say the alleged offenders were able to obtain loans in the range of $20,000. Many of them simply wrote down names of fake businesses on their applications, and some even applied for the loans while sitting in jail. Joliet police, along with federal authorities, announcing the indictment of 25 people who allegedly defrauded the Federal Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP, which helped struggling businesses during the pandemic.
These PPP loans, that if they're obtaining them fraudulently, they're taking that money out of the businesses in our local area that actually need them.
The investigation, dubbed Operation Triple P, targeted people arrested for felony weapons offenses who had also applied for unemployment benefits. The investigation was then able to identify those suspected of defrauding PPP.
Getting their application, and part of the prerequisites was they could not have an open felony indictment, which is how we came up with our list of candidates.
Police say some of the alleged fraudsters were already in custody and used phones at the jail to call to complete the fraudulent applications.
That some of the targets bonded out on their felony cases days after receiving their fraudulent PPP loan.
Police say of the 25 indicted individuals, 15 have been arrested, and 10 more are still being sought.
Without holding offenders accountable, history has proven that bad actors will shamelessly defraud the government and taxpayers in the name of greed.
PPP loan fraud is hardly unique to Will County. It's a problem nationwide, and currently the federal government is working to recoup billions of dollars in fraudulent payouts.
All right. I played that clip, and I've talked about this before, where it involves the payroll, paycheck, protection program. The fact that people who were already in custody, this is what they said. Some of these people were already in custody when they actually applied for the PPP loans and got the money. So not only did they apply while they were incarcerated, they got the money and then used the money that they received to bond out. How? Like, that is freaking insane to me that was even able to happen. And they say, well, they lied on the applications because on the applications it asks, have you had any indictments, or have you been charged, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they said no. But if this was, the application that people had their real actual names, but a fraudulent business name, how could they not track these people and say, you know what, this is fraud, and we already got these people locked up, so let's just go ahead and add some charges on top of that? No, they approved it and gave them the money. And now some of the people have been incarcerated for this, and they said in the story, about 10 more people that they're looking for right now. The fact that this was even able to go down is baffling to me. It is really, really crazy. I've stated I am a business owner. I definitely understood the purpose of the Paycheck Protection Program, and being a legitimate business owner since 2008 and having actual W-2 employees that filled out W-4 forms when we hired them, and I pay taxes and I take taxes out of their checks that they have to pay, and they get paychecks every 2 weeks. Like, I understood what that was even put in place for. When all of this stuff happened during the pandemic, the unemployment numbers were through the roof. So this was something that they put as an incentive for employers to keep their staff employed so that it would lessen, they were hoping, and lower the unemployment numbers so that it would not just completely destroy and decimate the U.S. economy. But it didn't really quite work out the way that they were anticipating. But even with that being said, this was the federal government. The fact that they did not put measures in place initially to specifically prevent situations like this from even transpiring is just really crazy. And myself being a recipient legitimately, legally, of the Paycheck Protection Program the first round, I didn't get anything the second round. You know why? Because all of these people who were in jail got the money and they did not have any money left. So I was told, yes, you qualify, but unfortunately we ran out of money. So sorry, see you next time. So it was what it was, and I just didn't get it. But these people were able to get it. The fact that this was even able to go down, it is really crazy, and I feel that this was intentional. Just my opinion, being beautifully honest, I believe that that was the intentions for a lot of people to get locked up. I don't know why. For the most part, I don't know why. I do have my thoughts and theories on, on that type of stuff, but a lot more people, I believe, got caught than they anticipated because there was a lot of people in the upper echelon that were just being greedy and decided to say, you know what, this is really good for us. This is a way we can actually get even more money than we already have. And it would be something that would be like a grant that we won't have to pay back. I don't care how much money someone has. If someone is going to grant them even more money that they don't have to pay back, who's going to turn it down? So there was a lot more illegal and unethical things that were happening with the upper echelons of people who were getting PPP loans fraudulently. And some of those people got caught up in the wind of this too. So it wasn't just the low level people getting $20,000 like they said these people got. No, we're talking about people who already had money and they were just lying about the type of business they had or the number of employees that they had. They may have actually had payroll, but instead of saying that their actual payroll was like $20,000 a month, they said their payroll was $200,000 a month. So they could get way more than they actually were supposed to get. So again, like I said, it's not just the low level people who didn't even have a business at all that are getting caught up in the PPP loan stuff. It's these people. I just didn't understand it. I really didn't get it. So I feel that a lot of this was like mouse traps that were set up to catch the mice and do what they will with them. But everything that I did with my accountant filling out all of the paperwork and everything was proven, all of the tax forms, filing taxes every year through the accountant, everything was backed up with paperwork, real paperwork. With these people being in jail, how did they even get access to doing that? So where are the people that helped them to get this money, help them to fill out these applications? It shouldn't just be those people going down. It should be the people that helped them to do this, because there was a lot of fraud in that going on too, where people would say, I could get you $20,000 and all you have to do is give me $5,000. They're doing the paperwork and then you're giving them $5,000 for doing some freaking paperwork when they're lying. So both of the people committed fraud, not just the person that got the money sent to their bank accounts. All of them committed it. But we'll see what comes of this story. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. And until the next time, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.